Hey y'all, welcome back to Black Girls Den podcast. I'm your host, Alicia. The podcast is all about media and womanhood, but today we have a series where I call it Main Character Mondays, where we dive into different TV shows. If you are familiar, we did it last month. We did what was it called? I forgot. Now I forgot. Oh, Divorce Sisters. We did Divorce Sisters in December. So this month we are doing girlfriends. So I had to bring some reinforcers. Of course, my girl Kiwan, she did it last week. I have two new guests, Antonique and Elizabeth. So we're adding some, different perspectives to the show overall when it comes to just looking at how Black women are shown on in media, and I thought Girlfriends would be a perfect show since we reviewed it. Everybody talks about it. That's like everybody's comfort show. So, yeah, I'm so excited to get into this conversation. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, and then we are going to get into the girls. So, who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. So my name is Elizabeth McCoy. I'm a licensed professional counselor. My home base is Texas, though I am licensed in multiple states. And from my therapy practice, where I saw a lot of high functioning women whose symptoms were really masked by their success, I created the Luxury Recharge Collective, where we go a step beyond the therapy room and really target not only the nervous system, but also environments that actually curate the very experiences that these women need.
Okay, love that.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I am Kiwan. I am your TV reviewer, TV show, YouTube content creator. So I review scripted and reality and scripted TV.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's your channel name.
Oh, Kiwan JTV. Kiwan dash what is it? Underscore Kiwan underscore J underscore TV.
Yes. Shout out to you. Okay, Antonique.
Hey y'all, I'm Antonique. I am a certified wellness professional, been in the fitness game for about 15 years. I have my master's in exercise science, and I also am the host of the Redefining Wellness podcast, available on YouTube as well, where I help you to redefine the way that you view wellness one episode at a time.
Yes, and slight plug, I'm going to be on there this week, so you should definitely check it out and subscribe. Talking all things wellness from the Black woman in media lens. So, thank you all so much for joining. Of course, if you have not watched Girlfriends, I don't know where you've been at, but hopefully, if you're watching this, you've watched Girlfriends. So we have Joan, Maya, Lynn, and Tony. Just to kind of break the ice a little bit, I want to know, who do you all think gave the best main character energy in the show?
I feel like, honestly, even looking at from season 1 to season 8, even though she ain't last till season 8, as chaotic as Tony was, Tony was giving main character energy from start until she left. I feel like because you figure when she left the show kind of had a big void in it. So to me, it's Tony.
Yeah. And I was going to join you in saying Tony. Most people think that it's Joan because she seems to be the face of Girlfriends, and the show kind of revolves around her life, I feel. But Tony definitely secured her place, even if it was quiet. So almost kind of like a quiet luxury, if that makes sense.
Love that.
I'm gonna add Maya to that as well.
I was on the fence with Maya. I was between Maya and Tony.
They're like neck and neck, but Tony has a step up from Maya, but just to me, those two.
Yes, I was actually going to say Tony too. Now, I was going to say we're going to keep it to season 1, child, because that's really all I got to do. I was going to say, I think Tony really gives main character energy, and we can go into, representation and stuff like that. But watching it, you do think that Joan is the main character because, like, they're always at her house and stuff. But I was like, well, if you think about it, I don't know, if Tony's, I don't know if Tony's house had that dynamic, but Maya was married and child. We knew Maya was married. We knew Lynn didn't have no house. So I don't know if it was just because the way that Joan's house was set up and stuff like that, and that how Maya worked for Joan. But I was like, yo, Tony gives main character energy just from how she comes in and she moves and she like talks and stuff. So I was like, I'm just trying to figure out, do people really think, like, who do people think the main character is of the show? So
I think in the very beginning, though, like as soon as you turn it on, Joan was breaking the fourth wall a lot. So it gave that it was that it was Joan, but like the energy, the vibes, it was Tony. Tony was the girl.
Yeah.
And I look at Joan like she was just the responsible one. She is the oldest child who had to do everything the right way, and Tony is the one that bucked the system every which way.
Makes sense.
Do you feel like because she was the responsible one, it showed up in her friend group, like being the responsible one? Yeah.
Most Black women, friend groups, whoever you are in your family, that's who you are in your friends, in your friend group. And so when we talk about the burnout amongst Black women and just the fatigue and I'm tired of being there for everybody, that's why, because I'm playing the same role in all of my relationships. I mean, we even see it at work.
I do. Oh, that's funny because at work, some people, I'm the wrong person to ask about work because some people are like, yeah, I gotta prove my best, I gotta show my best, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah,
I don't have that mindset. That's not my.
I don't have it no more.
Oh yeah, I don't have that mindset, and I'm just like, I'm just so free with it. Like, I'd be like, why do I have to prove myself to them? I got the job. I'm doing my job. Why do I have to feel like I have to prove that I'm more just because of my skin complexion? And maybe that's my way of fighting back. Because I know previously, as Black women, we had to prove this, prove that we 10 times or 2 times better. That's not my fight. I'm in the door. I'm in the room. I got my degrees, my experience. I'm not about to keep proving that I deserve to be here. I have a right to be here.
And that was very Tony. Tony was like that with when she started her. Well, this is past season 1, but
it's okay.
Tony was very much like that. Tony was like, "I'm here. I've arrived. Like, why aren't you looking at me? I'm Tony."
Yeah,
the results.
Yeah, that might be my next question is, which character do you relate to the most right now? Shoot, I might be relating to Tony if I keep watching it, child. Because
I was the Joan. I'm thinking that I might be a little bit older than you all. I'm 39, and so when Girlfriends came out, I was in there. They were like, okay, this is what life could look like, especially someone coming from Mississippi. I needed. Huh?
What part of Mississippi? Are you a small town girl?
Small town girl.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you on the back end because the work that I do in the clinical lane.
I
stay a little hidden.
No, understood.
That's why I was a small town girl, but this was but in general, like I started my podcast, whatever, for small town girls because we're not always seen. So when you said TV, that's like very relatable. Because we don't always see ourselves on TV. Are we like you see the big, like the LAs, you see, but it's like we really don't see that. So you were able to aspire to that. So that's really
yes. So listen, bring me back when you talk about Brandy, and we're gonna put on that one. Yeah. When you talk about Brandy, because remember she's from Mississippi.
Oh, I don't think I got that far yet though.
Oh no, yeah, but if you do, if you do, I want to be down, okay?
Listen, Elizabeth said, "But what you going through?"
So I definitely related to Joan. I'm not the oldest, but I'm the middle, and I would definitely say I'm bossy. I get things done, and I just make people listen to me no matter what. But now I think I'm more of a Tony.
Oh, okay.
It's not anything that you can tell me. I don't want to seem arrogant because it's not arrogance, but it's kind of like what you were saying. I know that I've earned my right to be here, and you cannot diminish that.
Yeah.
And so I don't let it seep in. I mean, I have too many things to do, too much impact to dim the light.
Yes, confidence. I feel like all women should walk like that. Okay, especially black
I
women.
mean, they should, but
Yeah, it's so sad that they
Yeah.
don't. What about you, Antonique or Kiwan? Who do y'all feel like y'all relate to?
I feel like I relate, and when I look at it from like a wellness perspective, all of the girls represent a different pillar of wellness, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Like I'm not a lot. I'm a little bit of Lynn. I'm a meditator. I'm a
Oh.
earth girl. I'm a,
Mhm.
plants, the whole thing. But then don't play with me. I'm a Maya. You know what I'm saying? I will tell you about yourself very quickly. I have to sometimes just tone it down. I'm the eldest child, so I'm very Joan-ish in that sense of I'm very organized, sometimes a little too organized, sometimes I can get a little too type A. But then I'm walking, just like Elizabeth said, I'm walking in my Tony era of like, girl, I'm here. Like, and I'm just me. I'm not working hard to prove myself. I'm not working hard for success or for love. I'm a baddie.
Period. I'm like, everybody's in their Tony era. Okay, that's for the year. We in our Tony era in 2026.
Pretty much. Listen, 2026 is the year of the Black woman. We are not asking for permission. We're taking it. We're in our own lanes. I mean,
yeah,
we're here. We've done all the struggling. I tell my clients all the time, we've done all the struggling that we need to do. If it has a struggle on it, you're doing it wrong. And that's not what I told you to do, I promise.
I appreciate you saying that. Like, I feel like all of my life, I've been a Maya mixed with a little Joan. I'm not the oldest. It's just myself and my brother. But I worked hard to go to school, and all I'm doing is working hard. And I feel like I'm just working hard and getting nowhere. I've raised my kids. My son is 23. My daughter is 19. I'm 43. So I've worked hard, and I just feel like I'm working hard for absolutely nothing. And because all I've done was work, I'm at this place where everything I dealt with is like now coming to the surface. So sometimes I just want to be like Lynn. But I don't have the luxury to be like Lynn. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I want to be like Lynn and have no cares in the world, but that's not my story. So now I'm trying to change it to where I'm more balanced. Like, I don't have to be here. I'm not where I want to be, but I don't have to be here. I hope that makes sense, y'all. But I'll be honest with y'all, that's where I'm at right now.
I love that. I like watching it over the whole scene. I was like, baby, I'm Lynn, child, because I feel like I am free spirit. I'm this, and maybe just like going through because I am a little younger. So when I watched it young. So it's like, okay, I can aspire to this or whatever, like that was my lens. But now that I'm watching it now, I'm like, oh, this is very relatable. Like they're talking about, speaking of wellness, they're talking about fibroids. They're talking about not at work. Like after I was like, oh, these are so relatable. And then so I don't get to the Tony. The Tony was like annoying. It's like, okay, but it's like, okay, now, like we said, like she's arrived, but watching it when you're young, like, okay, Tony is a little too bougie for me, girl. Like, girl, bye. But Maya's witty. I love the wittiness of Maya. I think it's so funny. And she gonna keep telling you that she married and she got a son. I'm like, you don't really see the son that much, but she gonna let you know
always
that she has
but I kind of look at Maya like she's the opposite of Lynn. Like she's the complete opposite. Maya had her son younger. She got married younger. And so there were some aspects where she just didn't get to be as carefree.
Right.
And that's kind of what I was hearing you say. Tell me your name again. What was it?
Kiwan.
Hold on, let me write that down. I have a cousin named Keyshawn, and that's what was in my head. And I'm like, that's not it. But that's kind of like what Kiwan was saying is I have too much responsibility to slow down, or if you're in my lane, I can't rest properly because I just have too much stuff to do. If I slow it down, everything is going to fall apart. And so just trying to find that balance and where does it shift so that you can have both lanes, so that you can rest and so that you can still keep your success.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like I'm at right now. And speaking of that, because I don't have any kids, so it's like I'm in my carefree lane. Like I could just do whatever. Now I do need a job right now. Lynn, she ain't had no job now, child. That's not working for me.
Lynn was stressful. I
Yeah,
don't know
okay.
who did.
Oh my God.
But honestly, to me, she really gave like, she was, it's like her black, not like black power, but she's like, I'm for the people, but she really gave me like a nomadic lifestyle. And if you think about it, a
Mhm.
lot of black women now are like, they're so nomadic. They're living in Asia, after like they're
Mhm.
all over and they're just like bopping and just they're figuring it out, no matter if they don't have kids and they're in their 30s or if they're retired and they're moving around. So I feel like she gave that thing like you can be free. You don't have to know what you do. I mean, she does have a lot of master's degrees, but it's like, okay, it's okay for us to just like figure it out. Like we don't have to have everything figured out when we're 22, because honestly it changes so much. Like I just turned 30 last year, and I was like, I'm having like a whole career, like a mid-career, like what do I do in my career, where do I go, like you're just like what's next, like you don't know. So I feel like she really showed like you can try different things, because Joan is such like, I'm a lawyer, okay, boom, like Tony, I'm a real estate agent, like what you do, but sometimes you don't really know what to do with your degree or after. And so I think that she has like shown a space to be like, if you want to try this, try like just try different things. And I feel like that was really good to be shown on there, even though we think, like Lynn is really smart, even though people think that she's like dumb. Like she's not dumb. She's just trying to fight
She was brilliant.
but like,
Yeah.
you know.
Remember, Lynn is adopted, so she had a different view of how to move through life.
And I wanted to touch on what you were saying too about the career aspect. So my third career, don't quote me on that. I think it was like my third career. I was doing career services. So these are like my second and third businesses that I'm in now. And so what I noticed then is that as Black women, we don't get enough development in the areas of our career. There's a strategy to any and everything. And we will go and we'll learn how to fill in the blank. But when it came down to our careers, we didn't. We didn't. And so career coaches, mentors, those things are going to be critical for you, because there's so many jobs out there that you just don't know exist. And again, coming from a small town, I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I knew any of these things, and I probably wouldn't have went to the military. I'd have been sitting in college with my friends or something. But if you don't know what you don't know, and your key to the world is access, and sometimes you're just going to have to pay for that access to get where you want to be.
Yes, I definitely agree. Like you don't know what you don't know. And it is the access. And that's why like I work in higher education, but people are like, oh, why do you want this? I'm like, access. Like even though college is very expensive, it's access to everything. Like I studied abroad in college. I network with people in college. I got to meet so many people just because of my access in college and my network. And then I also think about the careers, and I'm like, yeah, because when you're in a small town, you only see so many things. But sadly, I have some things going on in my hands. Like I had to go to physical therapy. I was like, oh my gosh, like there's hand doctors. Like I genuinely did not know. And then to think like I had to go to get like x-rays. That's what it's like. I knew x-rays was for babies. Like, how you get x-rays or whatever. I said, there's radiologists, there's radio techs, that like people go to school to be radio techs. Like I just would have never known that. But it's like if you don't go to the I wouldn't have been going to a radio tech, I mean a radiologist or whatever when I was younger. But it's just like, oh my gosh, like you could be a hand therapist, you could be I'm just like, there's so many jobs, but all you hear is lawyer, nurse, and like I can doctor. But it's just like it's so many things that you can do. But if you don't have the access, or if you don't know the development, like that's all you have. My dad was in the military, so I know about that life, and maybe I was not going down that way. So I said it's college for me, child. But college, like you still don't know, because I was like, ooh, science, I was nervous about it. But it's just like, dang, if I would have known, if I would have had mentors or something like that. And that's why I'm like, I want to be mentors to people, but like it's a give and take kind of, but it's just like it's a misconception. And that's kind of why I got into higher ed, because I'm like, I want to be able to help people like, hey, you could do this, or hey, you can do that, instead of just like all our little Black kids don't know what they're doing, or they be failing out of science classes, and then they be going and getting these, creative jobs. No shade, no tea. I'm not saying you can't get it, but they don't really be paying. Like, we need to get jobs that pay us. Okay, that's just my
absolutely, and leave home to do it. Leave home to do it. In my small town, it was only a community college, and it was staffed with the jobs that don't make the money. There were no radiology techs, sonographers. It was none of the associate level jobs that would actually provide a quality lifestyle. And so that was the limits of kind of how I understood the professional world. And so my bachelor's is in criminology, law, and society. Don't y'all know how many Black people have a criminal justice degree? Why? Why?
I do.
But it's just like one of those things where it's on the pipeline, because we know cops, they're everywhere. We can do something in the criminal justice area, but there's just so many more careers out there.
Right.
So we need the access, mentorship, leaving our towns, rather they're big or small. Sometimes you may just need to explore other places.
I've been thinking about that. I will say this. I've been thinking about that. I did get my undergrad in criminal justice, but the only reason I did it is because, I was going to school while I was having kids. I didn't have the time to kind of sit and see what I wanted to do and what I wanted out of life. So I think it was around the pandemic, I decided to go back and get my master's. And I dropped out. I've been out for 2 years, but I just decided to enroll back in for my last 3 semesters in counseling.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It took a while from 2018 when I graduated with my undergrad to sit and decide for the first time in life, what is it that I really, really wanted and what makes me happy. And I enrolled, and it was like I attended Lamar University, and it was like light work. I was like, okay. And then I got to the last 3 semesters, and I was like, a lot has happened. So I just I stopped. So that's where I'm at right now. Like, I was even contemplating whether or not I wanted to finish it and pursue it, because after I finish, I got to get hours. After I get hours, I have to take a test. And I'm just looking at it like, I'm 43. I'm burnt out. Like, yes, I really want to be in my Lynn era.
Yeah, but listen, that Lynn era is stressful.
It is.
It looks nice.
It looks nice.
It looks nice. But so I'm assuming you're in Texas. Okay. Well, I'm a supervisor, so I'm on
really?
over.
Yeah.
I have to get your information. Okay.
So if it has a dollar signs on it, and especially coming through mental health, yeah, I'm in it, and that's the reason why I have a hard stop around 8, is because I do I'm in this business coaching for millionaires, so somebody's going to pay me for all of this knowledge that I have.
Are you on Rachel's? Okay, Rachel.
I don't even know who's Rachel.
Oh, okay. Rachel Rogers. She has a book, We Should All Be Millionaires.
Oh, okay.
That's a good book. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Let me look her up.
Yeah.
But
First of all, I feel like I found my mentor. Thank you. Listen, I just assigned myself to you. I hope you.
I'm sorry.
I really just
I'm
searching around the world. Like,
so my coach is Danielle Winningham.
Okay,
Winningham. She's gonna get me. Reverend Dr. Danielle Patterson Winningham. And so I've been with her about 2 years now. And even before I found her, my goal, again, coming out of the small town, was to double my income every year. But I got to a certain point where I couldn't figure that out by myself. And so I've hooked up with a fantastic group of ladies that it's not anything that I could want that I don't have access to. And I've always kind of carried my life that way. and they're just the plug. So I love to say, I know a lady. Whatever you
Period.
need, I know a lady.
I got a lady.
I got a lady, and it's a Black lady at that. So
Yes.
so yeah. So that's why I was like, at 8, I'm gonna have to go and catch the second half of the class and go see what they talking about. Let me catch up.
Yes, well, let's get into a little bit before you got to leave, because I know you have to leave in a little bit, but I want to get into the characters. And so over the course even of season 1, in many of the other seasons, we hear like these different dynamics of the women. So I just want to know, what are y'all perspectives when it comes to a couple of things? So for Joan, they say she's very controlling. Oh, that's what we were going to say earlier. I was like, I am the youngest actually, so I'm not Joan is like the eldest, whatever, but I'm like the youngest. But even being like, you were talking about breaking that fourth wall, it's like, dang, I am 30, I'm not married, I don't have kids, but she's like, she has this perfect job, like she has everything on the outer, but it's like, what do you really want? So you're battling like extrinsic value versus intrinsic value. And so I think that shows a lot with Joan and like what she wants, because baby, one thing about it, baby, they be having a man up in those having a different man. So it's just interesting to kind of see. But a lot of people think that she is controlling. I want to know, do y'all think, is she controlling, or is she just caring too much?
I say that she's over functioning.
I think she's an enabler.
Oh, okay.
Very much so.
I would say she's over functioning, but Joan is kind of controlling. Like she has to be in control of the narrative. It has to work for Joan. It has to, even with like, it makes her a little manipulative. Because because she has to control the narrative, she has to manipulate certain situations and certain things so that it can come out the way she wants it to.
If you're in this, make sure you like this live. Just like plug. Okay. All right, yeah, because watching season 1, just watching it from there, it's like she's trying to control, like, when to find a man to get married, but then also, you get to the end of the season and she gets into a fight, but with well, she don't even get into a fight, baby. Tony's Jamaica, but you watch it through the whole time about controlling, or is it just like enabling? That's what you're saying, because it's like she cannot tell Lynn to leave. Then in season 2, it's like she cannot be real with Tony, and so it's like she's enabling people. And then Maya's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get my hair done," and on the clock, chat. Maya do
please the hair done. Absolutely, absolutely
crazy.
Listen, it always makes us feel better to go and get our hair done, no matter what.
Especially on the clock.
Oh, I cannot.
Like, that's so wild. But I'm just like, even just seeing her, that I feel like she's kind of like an enabler, but I feel like she wants to control things. I think she's very caring, and I think with her caring spirit, she wants to control things, but the outcome never comes out how she
like
planned.
Like Maya's wedding.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're describing is something called relational rest. Okay, and that's where we need a break from managing other people's lives, other people's business, and just
what is
really
it called again?
Relational. So like relationships, relational rest, and that's where we stop managing other people. Okay, and so that's why I said more of an over functioning, because we're more familiar with the term overcompensating. So she's overcompensating for the fact that unless she works and gives so much, there's no love for her. So it's almost like everything has to be earned. And so she has to work for everybody.
Yeah.
Or she has to do too much in order to receive the love. So that's why I went with overfunctioning.
Okay, and I also was thinking too, I was like, I mean, her job is like, her job as a lawyer, like, you're always helping people, you're always getting something from people. And then I was like, I don't know if she was more of a manager to Maya, or she was more of a friend to Maya. I think she was more of the friend. She wasn't really the manager, but she's like tries to like manage everything. So I think that's really interesting,
because they weren't friends at first. I think the lines got blurred, and that can be over functioning or like a people pleasing, or like you were saying, Elizabeth, that she didn't take a relational reset, because I feel like maybe Maya was telling her about stuff that was going on in her life with Jabarkis. I'm trying to be funny here, y'all.
Oh.
And
Well, clearly I'm bad with names, so I was going to write it down. It's like, okay.
Tony knows she wrong for always messing up that child's name.
Oh yes, she said.
She did.
She's like, well, at least I remember she had a kid. I'd be like,
yeah,
okay.
little jamboree. That was my favorite one.
But I feel like the more that Maya told Joan about her life, Joan probably felt like, I need to fix her. I need to help her. I need to save her. So then it became this friendship. And of course, Maya going to be like, oh, girl, the lines is blurred. You're not my boss for real.
Yeah. And see, and I think that Joan really wanted Maya's life.
Because she was married and had a kid.
I think if Joan could have found a way to have a less demanding career and have Maya's life, she would have.
Oh yeah, because Maya's job clearly wasn't that demanding. She was getting her hair done on the clock. She had to sit up there. It made me think about that too. And so I've been reviewing the Girlfriends since like last month, and we actually talked about that episode with Maya getting married and Joan. And so we kind of had a discussion, since you brought it up, Kiwan. It's like we were talking about access, and we were talking about, having access to different things. We're like, was Joan trying to control the wedding, or was she just trying to show, Maya that, there's other things, like, there's nicer things? So it's like, that's the conversation too. Is it like, okay, you have basically money gives you access, resources to other things, right? Maya wanted it this way, Maya had her thing, but Joan's like, oh, we can kind of do this, kind of like you said, even like if she thought that wedding was hers, like if she really wanted to be there, we can look at it that way, but we also can look at it as like a friendship. It's like, oh, she wants the best for Maya, and she just like, I'll pay, for your wedding. I want it to be nice. And so I was just kind of like thinking, what do y'all think about that?
I mean, two things can be true. She was being a friend, she was being kind, but at the same time, she became an overstepper. She started to overstep, and she felt like her ideas were better than Maya's, and Maya was just simple. And Joan was trying to input whatever wedding she imagined in her mind. She was trying to make it Maya's wedding. I was like, yeah, girl.
Like, girl, she stepped back. She's like, we could do this. She's like, cotton this, cotton silk. Oh my gosh. And Maya's like, I just wanted in my backyard.
Yeah.
So
pretty much. Pretty much.
So do you think Maya is speaking her truth, or do you think Maya is a projector?
On what? Like,
just in general. Sorry, yeah, we're going just to the next person. Just in general.
I thought Maya was direct. I don't think she was always projecting. I would think that would be Joan, but Maya was always direct in her approach. Especially when it came to the dynamics between Tony and the Joan situation. Her and Lynn were very direct with Joan, but those two didn't want to hear because they didn't want to end their toxic friendship. But that's a whole nother story.
Especially when Tony was getting ready to get married, Maya had to pull her aside and tell her, you're not really here because you're being, what you're doing, and you need to stop it. Yeah.
Maya did not like Tony. Tony really didn't like Maya from the beginning, but baby, Maya was giving it back. I said yes. Maya was witty. She was giving it back to Tony any chance she could. So I love that.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. My bad, girl.
No, I was going to say, what I see in Maya is someone who has so much to do all the time. I think that Maya is the example of the average Black woman. Where, if we could have 16 hands, we still wouldn't have enough. And so she had a lot of roles, a lot of responsibilities, which is where I think the wittiness came from. She don't have time. She didn't have time for whatever it was that you were talking about, or Joan's, clinginess, or Tony's thinking that she's better than everybody, and Lynn just out here being carefree. And then I think when I think about Maya in Joan's office, I think how she didn't fit the picture of this corporate world. She had her own sense of style. She was still professional. It was just her.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of that I see kind of coming out in the dynamics too, especially just kind of how she showed up in the show.
Do y'all remember when she it was the episode like after what was she talking about, getting fibroids and different things like that, and she was like clipping her things at the desk. Joan is like, excuse me, what are you doing? She's like, can't you do the bathroom? She's like, yeah. And they came back and said, Maya had no care in the world. She said, baby, get these things off me.
Immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. Maya did not play that respectability,
politics,
proper all the time in order to be respected. You were going to respect her anyway.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to break that. Like, no, I'm going to do this, do that. Y'all be doing whatever y'all be doing. I'm going to do what I do too. Do y'all think that she was the breadwinner in the relationship?
With her and Donnell? Absolutely.
Yes. Sorry.
Really?
Yes.
I guess I never thought about it. I thought
about it today. Season 2, but to that point, but I'm like, she was working and like she was hanging with her friends, but I was thinking like, maybe is that why she, like, I would say quote unquote worked so hard, but like even if she had a job, because he was working at the
airport or something,
and somebody can't make that money, but like now this is season 2, but she was talking about like doing something nice for herself, buying the dress and stuff like that. But she was like always at work and stuff. And I was just like, oh, is she the breadwinner? Maybe that's why she like don't take, like she doesn't play. She's like, I gotta get my money. I have a son, I have this. Like she couldn't really sit and relax. Like I agree with you saying, like she's like the average Black woman that makes money, because she couldn't sit and just relax and chill. Like she's like, no, I gotta work, gotta take care of my son. Oh yeah, because Jabari, I think was in private school.
Yep.
Or something like that too. What's her husband's name then? Because I thought
Donnell.
That's what it was. Yeah. Like she would. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, do y'all think that maybe that could have even added on of like what she was doing because she was the breadwinner?
And she was kind of like, I don't want to say she was taking care of her mama, but like they all kind of had some kind of mommy issue. And if I'm not mistaken, from Maya's thing was her mom essentially was jealous of her. And so she dealt with like that side of things of having to like, because her mom was a wet blanket essentially sometimes. So like she would be a Debbie Downer towards her. Like she wouldn't always like, sometimes she celebrated her, sometimes she didn't, but it was always like, it seemed like her mom like just didn't celebrate her in the moment. So I always felt like Maya had to do some type of overcompensating extra too, with like y'all was saying, with her marriage, with her working, her having to do all of these different tasks. So it was interesting to me that she had the time to observe the cracks that were even in Tony and Joan's friendship. And I also think that Maya had a disdain for Tony because Tony tried to cover up who she really was, and Maya knew who she really was. So that's why I think that she would always kind of look at Tony with this little like, girl, if you don't sit down, you from Fresno. Like, stop it.
Because Tony was not trying to go back to Fresno for nothing.
That's how I feel about Mississippi. No. I have not crossed those state lines since I moved my mama here.
I have to watch it a little bit more to see that relationship, because I do think even what you're saying, maybe like Maya was doing so much because she wanted to like make her family be proud of her, or like her mom be proud of her. I don't agree with that either, but like toxic relationship with parents could be a good one too, for the overcompensation as well. So
yeah, and overcoming the stereotype. She was a teen mom.
Yeah.
So I think that played a lot into her identity, where she didn't want to just be seen as that, and that was it. So if I'm not Darnell was the Jabari's father, and so young love, teen parents. Got married, started a life. Typically those types of situations don't work out. Yeah. So I think that she fought hard for the life that she had.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because in later seasons, he wasn't acting right.
Then
Yeah.
she met Stanley.
Oh,
Yeah.
child.
Yeah, we kind of finished and I'm cracking up. Yeah, because after she was. I was like, are they gonna do anything, baby? But that's what I was like. I gotta figure out how old Maya was. I don't know how old she was. I don't know if she was older or younger than Joan.
I
Maybe she
think
was
they
younger.
could have been close to the same-ish age because technically when Girlfriend started, Joan was just turning 29.
Yeah.
So Maya could have been a little bit younger than her because I think Jabari was like 7 or something when the show started.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was trying to figure out. I don't know. But the next one we kind of talked about her a little bit. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think Lynn is spirited, or do y'all think she's avoiding responsibility?
Both.
Yeah, both.
She's a free spirit that avoids responsibility.
Yeah, I think that she was just avoiding all around. Yeah.
So I don't think she was looking for no job at all.
No, I think that she was searching. So to the reminder that Lynn was adopted. Okay. There's this identity piece that as Black people we have difficulty with anyway. Because where do I belong? And Lynn didn't have that level of belongingness. She was biracial. Was she considered biracial in the show or multiracial?
She was considered biracial, if I'm not mistaken.
Biracial. Okay. So she was biracial. She was adopted. You know, she's linked up with this group of friends who are on different, spectrums from her. And so it's really just like trying to find herself. I don't think that she knew enough about her. And she didn't have enough stability to even claim anything. I mean, you have to have some stability in order to even be free spirited, like you got to have some money to support something.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, do y'all think she belonged in the group?
I think she was in the group.
You said what?
I think she found her way in the group because she was raised by white. Was a white family?
White family. Yep.
I think they just let her not run amok, but I think they just let her just kind of go whatever, didn't give her no real responsibilities. And, even with her going to school, they let the world literally be her oyster to the point where she has no
drive or
no foundation.
Yes.
No grounding.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I was wondering, like, do y'all think she fit in with the group? Because you do have like the Tonys, a real estate agent, went to school. Joan is a lawyer. Like everybody's working, they have like their thing, and like Lynn is just kind of just like out here, can't even find a job, or maybe she just doesn't want a job. So I was like, do y'all feel like she would should have been a part of that group, or not that she didn't gel well, not even that. I guess I just looking at it from like her personality perspective.
Well, when you look at like the different friendship dynamics, even from television to real life, a lot of women that are overcompensating or they're overfunctioning, they have that one friend that's the free spirit, that's the floater that keeps them
that we can live
grounded. You can that you can live through, but also they keep you a little bit more grounded in the current reality versus like when you're over functioning. I feel like, and Elizabeth, definitely correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you have a little bit more anxiety because you're so focused on the future a lot of the times. And with the free spirited person, they can be much more grounded in the current. So even though they have no financial stability, no home, none of that, they're very much firm in, I'm not thinking about tomorrow. Who cares about tomorrow? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like what I've noticed in my almost 40s, a lot of friendship dynamics that I've seen, even in my own friendship dynamic, every high functioning person has that free spirit, woo 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 person that's there.
Listen, I'm thinking about two of mine now.
See, so
and boy, do they drive me crazy. But it adds the balance.
Yeah.
It really and truly does add the balance to just say, you know, come back down to earth.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I'm the free spirited friend.
I know I'm the free spirited friend. I know it's me.
I'm like, am I the free? I'm just like, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to float. Like, I need financial stability, but I'm just like, I move across the country. I move here. Like, I would like go and do different things. I'm just like always down. Like, okay, yeah, we can go do this. Like, let's just worry about that tomorrow, something like that.
But Lynn was the real and true free spirit. Like she had nothing locking her in anywhere
at all.
I think if she wasn't friends with them, who knows where she would have been. So I think that they did give her some sense of support, community,
some sense of roots, because you figure with adoptees, children that are adopted, you don't have like roots necessarily planted, or figuratively speaking, there's no real roots that you've connected to. So for her, maybe her friendships are it's the roots that she's kind of always needed.
I actually think that's really good, but because you said you was in like talking about military with adoption, actually I think I can even connect with that more too, and that's why I grew up military. I don't have roots in a specific city. I grew up, but I moved around, and so I feel like I actually kind of use my friendships as roots. I think that can kind of play in as in military people too, as just when you're adopted as well too, depending on where you grew up and stuff like that from. I think that that's really important too, of a connection of like you're like you kind of use your friends for stability, or not stability per se, but like the roots and the connection, like that, like that's what you're connected and bounded by, because you don't have any real foundation in specific areas. So I think that's really, really good. And I know you do have to leave. So I just want to get, what do you think with Tony? Do you think confidence or insecurity? Which one do you think about her before you leave?
So Tony would have what we call a scarcity mindset.
Oh.
So she was too busy chasing the future to actually like really take on any level of real and true rest. So confidence, yes. But the reason that confidence had to be there, because she was not going back to Fresno, just like I'm not going back to Mississippi. And so that sense of scarcity prevented her from just being grounded, you know. So kind of like the same thing with Joan. Although Tony wasn't necessarily over functioning, because either you accepted her or you didn't, but she was very much about her lifestyle and what was going to keep her out of poverty.
Oh, so you think that that's a scarcity mindset? I thought that would be opposite. It's like because she knew about all the money.
So the scarcity is that I'm scared to go back.
Oh, scared to go back to Fresno. Okay.
So that would be the scarcity.
You just running. She just
listen, just running. And look, and I'm just running now.
Yeah,
I'm running now because I've told people probably since the time I left Mississippi and went to the military and everything, my greatest fear is poverty again. If you tell me, hey, if you do this, you're going to end up poor. Oh, you can leave it alone right then and there. It doesn't matter what I thought about it, what it may have been. That is enough fear for me. And so the scarcity mindset. I mean, it's a fear of poverty. So yes, you know how to climb, but what fuels that is the fear.
Yeah, I think everybody should be fearful of poverty. I mean, I don't know. That's thinking, and maybe that's a military background in me too. My friend, like you're fearful about, like I don't want to be in poverty at all. So you're just like working to figure it out. But then you kind of go to what Kiwan says, like, okay, I'm working so hard, but like if I don't get anywhere, then you're like, I've been working so hard for what? So it's like you kind of got to find a balance in like what that perspective is. So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think that we could all do, and I say better reluctantly, but that we can do better with finding a balance and just knowing that it's not going to stay the same season to season. It has to change. So what balances you in Q1 is probably not going to balance you in Q3.
That makes sense. I definitely agree. Well, yeah, I know that you have to go, but I want to say thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the conversation.
I did. Thank you so much for having me.
Can I
Yes,
email you?
Yes, email me.
I'll email you tomorrow and give you my all of my information.
she's the one who emailed you the link, so y'all already connected.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that was me.
Yeah, that was her who emailed you the link.
The link that you got.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Actually, that was me that sent it.
She gave me a false name. That ain't what that say.
yeah.
I go by my middle name on here, but
Oh, because I'm
my middle name.
What that say? Okay.
Me and the names.
I'm tracking.
Yes, okay. All right, we're going to round it out, but yes, have a great night. Thank you. Yes. So I have just a little bit more questions as we round it out. I hope you all are enjoying this. If you're watching live, just like, comment, and share. So, but if y'all want to add, what do y'all think about Tony confidence or insecurity, or she kind of just said everything?
I feel like, go ahead, Kiwan, baby. I'm sorry.
I was thinking kind of like the scarcity survival mode, because she kept harping on she didn't want to go back to Fresno, and her mindset, that scarcity mindset, kind of followed her in these relationships, because she was trying to get with the rich man who gave her STD. She loved Greg, but Greg didn't have the funds, and then when she cheated on Greg later on in the season, he came back to throw it in her face. So she was also being ashamed of her mom, her
upbringing. Yes. Man, Jennifer Lewis played the hell out of her mama, though.
She did. Even when she married Todd. She thought she was marrying up, but she married a man who was in debt, broke. Todd was broke, and she
give him that K one more time. Broke.
So she never really. I feel like Tony never really learned her lesson in life until she had to go to custody, had to have that custody with her baby. Tony felt like, I'm supposed to have this life by any means necessary, and I'm gonna live above my means, and I'm even when she was losing everything, So I do feel like she had that scarcity mindset, but she also, I felt like Tony was delusional, very delusional, and like, because of her upbringing, she wasn't the best with her finances.
Yeah, and I didn't like that, how they just kind of just, gleaned over her getting a whole STD. And then he's gonna propose to her. I was like, why are we just gleaning over that? I said, well, baby, we need to talk. What we say? People don't protect their wounds or protect their bodies yesterday. Like live yesterday. You check that out. We did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole nother conversation. But it's just like, how we just glean over that? Like, she got a whole STD, like, and then she went back to this house, baby. You would have got slapped. I mean, I don't promote violence, but an STD, and then he proposes to her, and I was just like, baby, this is a lot. Like, what? But to your point about the Tony thing, even if we see it in the end of season 1 or season 2, like Tony is constantly asking, because Joan is the stable friend. Like, can you help me, Joan? They be like, oh, I got a lawyer friend, I got a lawyer friend. They use that line
a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just like, that's why I thought it was insecure. I thought she was insecure, but it's the scarcity mindset. But like, she's insecure of her background. Like, she's insecure of who she is. She doesn't know who she is, because all she's looking at is money, money, money. And then she was always trying to get Greg to change, and Greg was like, I don't want to sell my paintings. And so, but she loved him. But then it's like, you go and get this rich man, and that's why I always tell like women, like, we want a man with money, but the man that has money, he needs to be generous. If he's not generous, what is that money gonna do for you? Nothing.
He needs to be kind. Yeah.
The doctor was generous. He was very generous.
He was generous with that credit card.
He was generous. He gave her this, and he gave her an STD. So he was extremely generous.
Yeah, he was generous, but I think that something about him, I don't know. I don't know if it was just like he was excited. I don't like to say manipulate or whatever, but it was just too quick. Like how quick he's like, if I want it, I get it. I think that's what it was. He's like, if I want it, I get it. And so she gave him what he wanted, and that's what you can't do, because he paid for the painting. Then he took it to her house and was about to fly her to Paris. That girl's like, I don't got a passport. She was trying to get it, but
Wildin'.
yeah, it was just like, but it's like, that's cool to you when you have a broke man. You like, oh, he taking me to Paris. Oh, he doing this. But if you could take your own stuff to Paris, like Paris wouldn't even wow you.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. But
I get it. I was really taking notes.
Tony is interesting to me because if I'm in like season 1, like when you first meet her, you're like, oh man, she chocolate and she confident and she's this and she's that. But it's like the layers just start to like unravel, you know, in the midst of season 1 and going throughout the rest of the seasons. And I remember, and I know we're trying to focus on season 1, but I think one of the things that I always think of is when her mom relapsed and was a drunken mess. Was she at Jones? They was at Jones' house.
Yes.
And the sister, did Yvette Nicole Brown play her sister? I think so. Somebody played her sister. And she was awful to the sister. And I think that's another reason why Tony propped herself up so much and lived above her means and wanted to go for the specific aesthetic because she saw the way that her family treated her sister. And so it was like it then projected into other parts of her life.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of I think there was a lot of insecurity there once you get through the seasons and you see more of Tony's backstory. It starts off like, wow, she's confident. And then you learn, you're like, oh, whoa.
You saw confidence. I saw a selfish woman.
She started to become more selfish. Like as I started to see her more, she was really selfish.
She was selfish, and not only that, she was very avoidant. So she never dealt. Even I think that was the situation when Tony was trying to talk to her, and she kept like, you know, about the whole, her mom is an alcoholic and she didn't want to address it. She just was very avoidant. And the only time she wanted to address a situation when it was beneficial to her. That meant when she was losing that friendship with Joan, that's when she wanted to not be so avoidant. She wanted to check in, to the point where she was a habitual overstepper. Even with the whole Greg situation, you tapped in when Joan, you know, slipped up and told Greg what she told Greg. Tony got so mad that she hit her. It's like there are times where Tony wants to tap in when it comes to her family. It was like, my family don't benefit me in a way that I need them to benefit me. So I'm not even going to address this. But when it comes to her finances and maybe somebody financing her and her receiving love, and when it's about her and what she can get out of it, she was ready to tap in on some of those spaces.
Do y'all think, just asking because we've seen it, do y'all think Joan was wrong for telling Greg?
I think it was a Freudian slip. In this situation, I do not think Tony meant it. But when Joan meant it, I think when Tony got married, I think Joan meant to be how she showed up. But in this situation, I think it was just a slip. She didn't mean it. I think I'm gonna stand on the hill about that one. It just slipped out.
What do you think?
I think so. I think it just slipped out. I think it slipped out. I don't think it was to be malicious. Joan has done some things that have been selfish to me before. And, you know, Joan has been a lot in that friendship. But I agree. I don't think it was to be malicious. Other people would disagree, but.
Yeah. I don't think I just was like, Joan, girl, be quiet, girl. He don't even know what you're talking about, girl. Hush, 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 hush.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that screen, girl, be quiet. I didn't really know Like I said, I didn't really finish it, but my goal is to finish this year. Okay, I'm watching it, but we can come back. I need to come back in season 2 and talk about maybe like toxic friendship, or something like that. Like we can talk
Oh
about it.
yeah.
I didn't really notice how toxic their friendship was until like you're seeing it till like season 2. I wouldn't think of it, but like when Joan was saying it, I was like, we didn't know what Greg we didn't know what Greg was coming over for, and it's just like I said earlier, like people just coming to her house, like not just asking for advice, and he's probably like, oh, she's like, oh, he's here to talk, whatever. So she's just blabbing, and it's just like, hold up, girl, let him say what he need to say, because she would always break that fourth wall, even when she was talking to the guy, oh, what's his the dude that she's dating, I forgot his name now, it's slipping me. The dude, the boyfriend,
the one who had the schmecks problem.
Yes.
Oh, I know his name in real life, but I can't remember his name.
Me too, but I can't remember his. Is it Aaron? I don't know. Is it Aaron? Okay, it's not
no.
Aaron.
Aaron is, I think, late. Aaron came later.
Okay, I forgot his. Sean.
Sean was like, he was terrible to her.
She was always like, she was talking and would say something like, when she was trying to get him, we were talking about control, and she was trying to get him to say I love her and stuff like that. So it's just like she always is just like saying something, like she's always like over talking to me. That's kind of what over talking. So
she did that before. She did that with Darnell.
Oh,
like I don't know if it was Maya or Darnell. Remember when he was with Cicely at eating with Cicely or whatever her name is, his co-worker.
Yeah.
And she said something, which I do feel like it is low-key breaking girl code, not with the whole Cicely situation, but with this situation, I do feel like Joan broke girl code many a times. Like she almost act like she had no awareness, but was an attorney. But I guess sometimes she act like she had no awareness.
Oh, the only part I know when she said something was to she'd always be asking William for advice. I'm like, why are we asking William for advice?
Always. He was tired. You heifers.
But like, and that's another thing too. It's just like men don't be knowing nothing that be going on. It's just like you have a whole group of friends that you got a girlfriend. It's just like you lack awareness of what's going on with women. That's also like, that's annoying too, because I forgot what they call, like weaponizing, like boy, come on now. But it was a part when she was talking about she got back from the airport or whatever, she thought she seen Darnell with a woman, and she's like, should I tell Maya, something like that. That's the only one that I really remember.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
And William was William was misogynistic. He was controlling. He wasn't a preference for a Black woman, so he felt like others were more of a preference. And then when he met Monica, it was more like, I'm trying to get to the bag, and I'm trying to get to where, like, I felt like their relationship was more transactional.
Yeah, that's why it went the way that it went.
Yes. And when he met Yvonne, he was trying to change her because he was uncomfortable with her being a police officer, and I think he had insecurities, and I think he felt like Yvonne was too strong of a woman. So in order for me to remove her strength, I have to sit her down.
Break it down. Because baby, she get down from the police. I don't talk too much because that's season 2. Okay, we gotta come back. So.
Oh, sorry.
I'm on season 2 now. We gonna come back. I'm gonna have to do a recap season 1. But yes, but I know the time is winding down. Hope y'all have enjoyed this. I guess I'm just gonna round it out because this could really be a part 2 because there's so much that goes on with this. But I want to know, just a fun question of, who would y'all not want advice from?
You mean the girls or overall in season 1?
Oh no, like out of the girls.
I think everybody, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. Like if I feel like if I need fashion advice, I go to Tony, maybe. Glam fashion. If I need advice on, motherhood, I'll go to this lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. if I just need advice on being just living my life, that would be Lynn's department. And learning to be responsible, that would be Joan's department.
But who would you not? Okay, so who would you not give advice
Probably
for your love life?
Probably not Joan. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like Joan was very prudish, and she was very yes, she was. She was very pick me and very much like, but it has to be like this, and it has to be like this, and it has to be like this, and it has to look like this, and it's like, no, girl, that's not the way that is. I think if I was going to do relationship advice, if I'm going to be for real, I would probably go to Maya out of everybody. And Joan would definitely be last. Joan will have you doing the sneakiest, stupidest, childish stuff for a man. Like how she acted, and I know I'm skipping ahead, but I cannot forget how she was acting when Tony was getting married. And she was dating
it wasn't Aaron. What was his name?
I think she was. I know who the actor is.
The dark guy, the Ellis.
Yes. She was dating him, and he was telling her, like, you're being child. Like, he was really trying to tell, like, yo, you being child. Your best friend is getting married. You acting like this. She was just so nasty. Or like Joan couldn't catch it. She just couldn't. She couldn't read the room. She lacked social awareness. The baby. Lord forgive me, the baby had a little taste of the tizzy a little bit because you lack the awareness, babes. Like you read the room, read the room. It's Joan was very book smart. The baby had no street smart. And I think that's also why Maya was her friend, because Maya had best of both worlds. Maya was smart, but she had street smarts. She had awareness in herself and, the people around her. Joan, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Because when Maya read her, she said that was very egregious. Oh, you didn't know? I knew that word. I was like, okay. But she had to do the same thing to Tony. Like, just because I don't come off like you, don't mean I don't know much. So I would say Maya. I mean, I would say Joan. I wouldn't ask anything of Joan, but if I had to, it would be Maya.
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be asking Tony for relationship advice.
I mean, if you want to finesse, then
yeah. I don't think I would ask her for relationship advice. Well, finessing, but I'm like, I don't really even know. Yeah, I mean the money, but I don't know if she picked good men.
Heck no.
So it's like I wouldn't ask her advice because the men weren't good. But I don't know if I would ask Maya for advice either because I need my man to be the provider, child.
I mean, but when she got Stanley, it was who that in the bed?
And Stanley was cuckoo. And
he was.
You can't ask Lynn because she had Bosco. And
but
Bosco
no, I feel like you can ask Lynn for advice because Lynn knows when to leave, or like she's just so free that she's just gonna be like, okay, you find another one.
She was so detached.
Yeah, detached, which is a good thing or a bad thing. It's like you find another one, you go here, you do this. The girl went to the whole Smex meeting thinking that she was a Smex addict. I was like, girl, get out of here. So I was just like,
I remember that.
Yeah, it was so funny. So yeah, that's funny. But we're going to end on this one because I think that this is kind of in the analysis realm. Unless y'all have some time, it's up to y'all. But we can end on this one. I want to know who triggers you the most and why.
Ooh. Oh, Tony, absolutely. Tony, when I was watching it, and me even watching it as an adult, Tony, and it had to be one person.
Well, no, it could be more than one, I guess.
Okay, Tony absolutely worked on my nerves because she was so self-absorbed. And you couldn't see that you really have a good friend. And it took you to almost lose her. But Joan got on my nerves because she was always passive aggressive. She never stood up for herself, even in her friend groups. Like she let them run amok. And you can't blame anybody but yourself. Like, girl, stand up.
Girl, stand up. That's what the people be saying to the women who be picking so
Girl,
hard.
get up.
Yes, like girl, she like I never. And Tony thought the world rose and set on her, even when life came full circle and was pulling her by the scalp. She still was trying to keep a car that she couldn't afford. Like even the sign that was, all her signs that was up, they were coming down. And it's like, girl, you, what we doing? You got to get us up. Like, she was just so adamant about not going back to a Fresno mindset and a Fresno lifestyle that you couldn't see that you was just, sometimes your start over is the very blessing that you probably would have needed. But she did. I don't feel like Tony learned a lesson. And even, I don't want to go far, but when we go far, when she had that baby and Joan, when Joan got that full circle,
yep,
everybody, I felt like this was her living her life. And I felt like she was very well within her rights, because Tony wanted Joan to be by her side when she had that baby. That's your baby. Yep. That's not my baby. Because you wanted me to sit there and hang out with you and your baby. You couldn't even remember Maya's baby name. So
yep.
I thought she was selfish.
Tony was textbook narcissist.
Oh.
Tony was, because you look at her self-absorbedness, she used people around her, all of the men that she got with except for Greg. She used them. There was something about them that was going to elevate her. You know what I'm saying? And even the way that her avoidantness that you had mentioned, Kiwan, that is very much a narcissist. And I feel like it triggered me because I've dealt with a narcissistic relationship before. And so as I got older and I started to see that I was in that a little bit more, and I'm seeing how Tony was acting, especially when every time her and Joan got into it, and the one time when Joan was like, I'm done with you, and Tony is crying. Tony is like losing it. Think of it. She's sliding down the wall, chest burning. She, you know what I'm saying? She moved like that's how, when you're leaving avoidant people, they try to pull you back in and they do the love bombing thing. That's why she was doing that overstepping. She was love bombing, all of that stuff. And I feel like Joan, granted, Joan had her issues too, but she was the victim. She was more so the sole victim of Tony's narcissistic abuse, because I think Maya saw right through everything. Each and every time. And Lynn was so disconnected, she couldn't really see it. She could see it, but she couldn't see it. But that's why Maya will always get on Joan and be like, you let her just do whatever. Like, you just, But Tony worked my nerves. That episode when she was snotting, crying for Joan to be her friend, I could have pulled through that TV and rang her damn neck.
It's interesting because like I said, now I'm in the beginning of season 2, but the whole thing about when they get in the fight and Joan's in therapy or whatever, and the way that Tony is talking to Joan, like, you need to let him go. You need to let the therapist go. Like, is it him or is it me? I'm like,
that is
slap me a week ago. What?
She didn't. It was like you didn't want her to progress, because had she made some type of progress, then
y'all wouldn't be friends.
Y'all wouldn't be friends. Yeah. And she couldn't have that. It was almost, she was like an abusive ex-boyfriend or something. Boyfriend.
Yeah. So I haven't got, only did season 1. So I feel like now who triggers me the most, I kind of think Joan triggers me the most, because I feel like she's kind of obsessive. And when you're so obsessive about things, like the whole, she's 29, she's about to, so it's like you just finding men, like you over here just finding men just to be with men, just to try to get to something. So I feel like you're and because you can't control your job, because you're like they don't want to make you partner, or you try to be partner, or you not hearing. So I feel like she triggers me a little bit, because I'm like, just girl, like just chill out, just like relax, like, let's not do too much. So I feel like she's kind of triggering because of her life and what she wants to do, or lack of what she can do to control. So I feel like she triggers me the most a little bit. I don't I think Tony triggers me in a sense of like, she's just kind of annoying. Like, girl, we don't care about, no, some people do, but like, okay, it's Louis Vuitton or it's this, like all these name brands that you literally can't do nothing with, or you don't have them. She's triggering because she's so focused on trying to one up somebody when you're literally just using that to kind of show your status. But what is your status?
You barely have status.
You lose all of it. So I think that's what I see from my perspective. So yes, do anybody have anything to add, or any things that y'all feel like we didn't touch on? I know we didn't touch on a lot. I'm gonna have to come back for season 2 or something like that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you do.
So we're gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to finish it. But do y'all feel like there's anything that you all want to add that I might have, forgot to add in this?
I'm ready for the next seasons because we gotta talk about Lynn and when her sister came to town. Because that's an episode I'll never forget.
Wow. Okay. Well, as you see,
that sister was she was culture appropriate.
And Waldo was in the episode. Oh my gosh.
That is so funny. Yeah. I'm gonna do a live probably about the whole season 1 because I only did some episodes. And then yeah, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna try to tie it in. But if you're still listening, if you're still watching, make sure you make sure you comment. I do want to give a little bit of announcements before we wrap up because I know it's late. But if y'all snowed in, y'all can keep watching, okay? We are chilling. So yeah, thank you all for joining our main character analysis. We do this every, I'm gonna say, last Monday of the month. So the next one will be February 23rd. I'm still deciding on what show I want to do. I'm thinking about Sisters, but I'm also thinking about Living Single. So yeah, let me know in the comments which ones y'all want. This February 1st, this Sunday, I'm going live at 6 p.m. My first Sundays are where we talk about shows that we relate to in a sense of the theme of the month. So February is, the love month. So we're going to be talking about romantic relationships with living single. And we're going to talk about romantic versus platonic relationships and just, things around that. So I'll be going live February 1st at 6 p.m. on this channel. So you check it out. And then Black Girls Den Salon, if you do not know, it's my new series where it's like you're at the salon with your girls. That's February 21st. And we're going to be talking about navigating, singleness after the holidays. We made it through the holidays. What we're going to do for the rest of the year, how we're going to navigate this. And yeah, so them are just a couple of things that I have going on at the den. And then, yeah, so y'all share what y'all have going on, then we can wrap it up.
So right now all I have is all of my TV shows. I just uploaded I'm sorry, y'all, Married to Medicine and the Housewives of Potomac. I'll be back on Wednesday with Love and Hip Hop Miami and Sisters. Period. And everything else that's coming on and all the new stuff that's coming in February. And next month is the Healing Out Loud segment. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know there's so many shows. Y'all should check her out. If you don't, she keeps up with the shows, child. That's not my lane, but check her out. And you can see
we wait for Divorce Sisters to come back so we can
really are. I heard it's coming back.
Yeah, I was saying that they are filming.
Yeah, so we're gonna come back on that one. Antonique, would you like to share what you got going on?
I try to drop podcast episodes every Thursday, unless your girl gets burnt out. We got a new episode coming out this Thursday, though. And then I am doing a Strength Collective with the Black Girl Health Collective. If you've never heard of that, it's a nonprofit organization focusing on the health of Black women, primarily in person in the state of Delaware, but Follow me on Instagram at HeyNeekV. You can get more information if you'd like to join our 8-week program. We start February the 16th. We're going until about April the 2nd, or like the second week of April. 2 strength classes a week live, and you can watch them back. And we'll also provide support. It's really good for anybody that's a beginner in a strength training program. It typically takes anywhere from about 6 to 8 months for your body and for your brain to recognize certain movement patterns, form, all of that great stuff. So this is a great way for you to get started if that's something that you would be interested in.
In Delaware?
Well, it's going to be virtual. It's going to be, the whole program is virtual, but like when they do a lot of in-person stuff, it's usually typically in the Delaware tri-state area.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I have something to ask you, so don't leave when we hang up. So just remember. But I hopefully you all enjoyed this. Make sure y'all go support Black women creators. Okay, go support us, follow us, subscribe, share this. If you enjoyed it, like it, and go check out everybody else's channel. And we will see you all on Sunday if you're coming, or we'll see you next month. Bye. Have a great night.